I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
Welcome back. This is what, season 3?
Season 3.
Season 3.
We've made it.
I know, right? Of a Quarter Mile Podcast. Thank you so much for coming back, tuning in, and just subscribing to all of the channels and all of the streaming services that we are on. We love you guys for just kind of sticking with us.
Yeah, we thank you for everyone who's watched and tuned in and comment on all of our stuff and keeps up with our polls. And this has been fun. We are in new territory. We're ready for explosions and guns and cool things.
Yeah,
and
because this season we are doing all action.
Yeah.
All action. And because of you all and the poll, we got a whole lot of new movies and old movies, good movies,
like where we're at right now with the Riddick series. We are completely done with Fast and Furious, but now we're on the Chronicles.
No, well, there's the Fast and Furious cartoon series on Netflix. You guys have to catch up.
That's right.
That's true. That has been one.
And we're back with a fan favorite, Mr. Leandre Le Churchwell. That's his new French. Is that your new French name?
Welcome back, Leandre. Andre, I was trying to be Southern.
I've only seen other black people named Andre.
Hey.
Guys,
remember that time when you were here and we threw you in as a host position? CJ had some car issues, so we just
awesome.
Made you.
That was normal.
No. No. I mean, technically, it should be whenever I'm gone, Andre will.
Yeah, I was gonna say you currently hold the title for only guest host I've ever had. It's been regulars, myself, and then you. That's our list of us.
I'm sitting over here. I like being in control.
You you were a little bit upset.
Yeah. I like that CJ's in control. I like not being in control. We're alternating episodes now. This first one's at CJ's episode.
I've lost control. My mic just.
That's your headphones. Your mic still works. You just can't hear it.
Yeah,
but we can hear you.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna get right into it because season 3 is all about action. So we're gonna jump right into it with you know what I'm saying? He already kind of gave it away. Or did you?
We're reviewing the movie Pitch Black, but when they click this episode, it's called Pitch Black. I don't think anyone's going to be shocked.
That is true.
I know we got to get rolling, but real quick, you've been just doing it.
I just got done doing the Apollo, and I just got through doing
Apollo.
I did Apollo last week.
Did you get the Sandman? What happened?
No. So the Apollo Theater in itself is being renovated. The whole theater is being renovated. So where I was upstairs in the Victorian, the big room in the Victorian. Fancy. Yeah, it's 2 new rooms that the Apollo has, because the Grand Theater is where you rub the log and all that is being. So
I didn't know you rub log.
Yeah, you. So when I was 15 and I got to go up there to New York, I was able to go to the Apollo and rub the log and do all that fun stuff. And this was kind of like a full circle moment for me.
Yeah.
Because this time I was actually up there and I was on stage to do comedy.
And you were on the news earlier.
I was on the news today. I was on WSMV for Today in Nashville. So that was fun. So shouts out to Today in Nashville.
A couple weeks ago, I was in Niles, Michigan.
Nice.
The Underground Laughs Comedy Club in Niles, Michigan.
Food up there.
Really good, but it was like Southern food, but with Midwestern accents.
It tastes like.
Well, I mean, literally, I was there over Easter, and there was a big Easter brunch on the Sunday before we left to come back. And
I had a good Easter.
They had all. I mean, it was lots of. Heavy Southern food, but then the people talking to you had Midwestern.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So, yeah,
I went Easter egg hunting.
Was that what you were on the news for?
No. I was on the news for comedy, but me and my friends, I went to 2 Easter egg hunts, and then my friend's mom did a Easter egg hunt for us. So we hunted.
What was it, like an adult Easter egg hunt?
Absolutely.
Can't find them eggs. Yeah.
When you open it,
Absolutely.
it's like like a
It was
diamond ring
candy,
or
and
something.
then it was candy, and then we hunted candy and liquor.
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little mini liquor
I was
bottles.
gonna say,
Yeah.
an adult Easter egg hunt could get fun.
Oh yeah, and
I
then
think every time you open an egg, it's a gift card.
yeah. Well, the golden prize was a gift card.
Yeah.
It was a spot gift card, and the guy won that. One of my friend's boyfriends. He was like, I was like, bullshit.
Yeah, that is bullshit.
No.
Bullshit.
Adult Easter egg is like you get gold, but you
Yes.
have to dig. You have to like climb
I agree.
someone's house. You have to
Wait.
really.
Say shingles?
You're not.
Yeah.
You're not getting on my
finding
shingles.
Stuff I put away.
You're not getting on my shingles.
If you can't find it, it's mine.
You're not getting on my shingles. I just got my shingles done. Speaking of shingles, I'm excited. That has nothing to do with anything, but
Our sponsor today.
I get to eat my Twix. We've been holding this for like how long?
Oh, well, months. It was Lent
It was
till
Lent.
Easter, and I came here, and we're in May now.
So now I can eat my.
And,
I can
and
eat
yeah,
my
and
candy.
I'm flattered that you brought it to eat on the podcast because
With you.
we've made fun of it for several weeks now.
Exactly. So I get to eat it. Hopefully it's not stale. If it's stale, it's gonna be mad.
No, Twix doesn't get stale; it just melts.
Nope, it doesn't. Oh, see, there we go.
There we go. So now you're gonna lead the podcast while you eat your Twix. Love it.
I am.
Love this movie, guys. Oh, I get it. CJ's like, I'm gonna eat my Twix. You guys keep it rolling. Okay, so we're in pitch black. This is my first time watching we're watching the whole series of we're watching the Chronicles of Riddick. We're gonna watch the whole series. So this has been my first watch through. I know
It was a big hit.
It was, and I was under a tree or something. I didn't know, or is it under a rock? I don't think under a tree. That's like sounds nice, like I was under a rock and I didn't see it until now. And so what I was wondering is, for you guys, is this a review movie? Have we seen Pitch Black and all that before?
I haven't seen Pitch Black since it very first came out.
Okay.
So yeah. What about you?
Yeah.
Because of Chronicles of Butcher Bay, I've watched this movie like 20 times with the director's commentary, with Spanish on, with like I
love that.
Love it. Love that
you can tell this is made with like love of like
right.
Star Warsian. There's gonna be lingo. There's gonna be all this sort of stuff. And if you read all these other books that I'm not going to read, or comic books that I did, and it all kind of makes its own little gumbo.
I love that this is a whole universe going into this, and especially once I knew I was eventually going to be covering this movie, I went out of my way to not watch it because I wanted to have the new experience here with the podcast.
Right.
But I love that there's like this whole world to it, and especially next week when we get into the Chronicles of Riddick, that one has serious Star Wars vibes.
Right. And people need to realize that they're not the same thing. Pitch Black and the Chronicles of Riddick are not the same. They're the same line, but they're not the same.
I wish they just did called it Pitch Black too. I like brand loyalty. I like sticking with something.
It definitely
No one knew.
Yeah, the Pitch Black was supposed to be a one and done movie. In fact, the ending originally was supposed to be Vin Diesel character dying,
which made sense.
Which would have worked, which would have been a great.
This was his breakout movie.
Yeah, was it this?
This was
Boiler Room.
Are you sure this wasn't it?
He wasn't.
Yeah,
he wasn't like.
And he also did Saving Private Ryan. Was that after this or
but
before
that
this?
wasn't. He was also.
This movie solidified.
Background.
Yeah, this was who I think solidified who Vin Diesel was. Yeah.
So, and one thing I liked about this movie, this sounds mean when I say it, but when it comes to acting, you could see him trying. And what I mean is actually acting. So, before this, anything Vin Diesel I've seen is like the latest Fast and Furious, where I feel like he's just grunting and plots happening around him.
Yeah.
And I will say, going into the later, at least in the next movie, next week, we'll talk more about it. We got a little bit less Vin Diesel acting, but this one I really felt like it was like he was earning the fact that this was his breakout.
Absolutely, I totally agree with that. Like from as soon as he got on stage,
yeah.
As soon as he got on screen with his with his eyes, his ring light eyes. I don't care what anybody says.
Did you scene? He's covered, bandaged up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't even know.
Yeah. Did you know when this movie came out for a while, they had like special brand contacts that were like supposed to make your eyes look like that, like it hit the markets. Like you could
I
watch,
did not.
you could go watch Pitch Black and then go buy
Make
some
yourself
matching
blind.
contacts.
Nice. Let's get into this overview. So it says, and I personally like this. It's Pitch Black, or how not to pick a vacation spot. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
How not to pick a vacation spot.
What an awful planet. They could have crash landed on literally anything better.
Thing better, but you know what? This is not a good. So a spaceship full of the worst luck ever full of the worst luck ever crash lands on a planet that looks like Australia. If you turn up the heat and forgot the sunscreen, am I?
Also, time out. Why was it like a commercial aircraft and also a
Yes.
murderer was on board?
Well,
Yes.
there's people, if you look at the background, there is an escaped heiress of like one of the richest families ever. That was the lady.
Yeah.
That's Claudia Black.
Black, yeah.
And she escapes with like that Aboriginal dude. And then
Was she the brunette that died midway into I really liked her character.
She is awesome. She's like in Farscape.
Yeah.
She voices a bunch of. She's like a sci-fi convention queen.
Yeah, she's ridiculous.
And like everybody in it has like an incredible, not everyone has a mysterious thing like Riddick, even though it's explained in Butcher. Everyone like Jack's trying to escape stuff. The boy girl and everyone is a subversion of what you would expect.
I would agree with
that.
that.
Supposed to be a girl.
Yeah.
By the way, she is so far of the two movies I've seen, she is by far my favorite character of the. Well, and it's because of the second movie. This movie, she was fine, but like the second movie, and we'll talk more about that next week. Andre, you'll have to tune in.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what were you about to say?
I just love when androgyny is a plot device.
Yeah.
When I don't know. Hey, but it's also like I have to. I'm gonna hide from all these.
Right. She was keeping herself safe from all the creepers.
I agree.
She went.
And also, she experienced, which isn't like a plot point.
I agree. All right, let me get back to it. Everyone's thinking at least it's sunny until they realize it's always sunny because this planet has 3 suns. 3 suns. SPF. Yeah, suns. SPF 5000 will not save you here, okay? So meet our heroes and the anti-heroes. Riddick, a buff, bald convict with glow-in-the-dark eyeballs because apparently prison healthcare covers night vision surgery.
Yeah.
Fry, the pilot with a massive, I'm not paid enough for this energy. You can't tell me he did not have that type of energy. Okay? I'm just saying. Okay. Jones, the guy who looks like a cop, acts like a cop, but totally isn't the good guy because he ain't shit. Iman and his crew just trying to make it to Mecca, but accidentally ended up in a monster movie.
What a weird mission trip. what a weird church train.
And a few others because you won't remember because spoiler alert, they're monster snacks. Everything goes okay-ish until bam, eclipse time. Suddenly all these cute little shadows turn into flying murder bats from hell. And then guess what? These things come out of the dark, and then guess what else? The planet just turned into what? Say it with me. Pitch black. Okay, so naturally, the person who can see anything is Mr. Night Vision Riddick, who somehow is the best and the worst person to lead a survival mission.
Yeah, they could not have crash landed on a better planet
for him.
So screwed on any other planet.
Exactly. Flashlight dies. Everyone's screaming, and half the plan becomes follow Riddick, but don't let him kill you. So the group plays the ultimate game of don't get eaten, crawling through caves, fighting monsters, arguing over trust, and watching Riddick flip between hero and I might leave you here to die. Was that a good Riddick?
That was perfect.
Okay,
but also like so true. The whole time you were like, I mean, like he might go.
He might leave you.
And not knowing much about the movie, when I was watching it, I thought at first the plot was going to be him just sneakily killing.
Well, and see, here we go. And there we go. What's the moral of the story? Don't crash your spaceship on a planet that is designed by Tim Burton and Ridley Scott on a bad day. 2, always pack extra batteries. That's for anything out there. And if your tour guide has glow-in-the-dark eyes and a criminal record, maybe just don't. Leave them alone. And that is the overview of Pitch Black. I don't know if you liked it.
Loved it.
How do you feel? How did you feel?
It's cut close to what the trailer said.
Did it cut close?
Daylight it's paradise, but when night falls, it's
It's bad.
It's
bad.
it's bad. That's
Australia.
but it's such a good. You're not gonna find anyone who does. I mean, if you don't like this movie, and thing is, and I want to go over this besides the reviews, and we're going to get into all of that. I look for kids that actually watch this. I wanted to see how kids felt about this movie. Like, I was like, kids, it's an adventure movie. I just want to
Rated
see.
R.
Yeah, and it's rated R, but I wanted to see
But the kids are watching it. Like,
I just wanted to see what kids 15 and under said, and I actually found some reviews, and we're gonna go over that
yeah.
in just a
Good.
second. So I thought that would be fun to look at. So Andre, what did you think? Talk to me.
I showed this to my family and they did not like it.
What?
Well, it was like during a family reunion, and I was like, "This is awesome." You guys should
What a
watch
weird
this."
movie to
It's like,
show at a family reunion.
not everyone has their eyes in, and not everyone is can see what's going on or on board with like who is what, and this is science fiction. This is Western. So maybe I picked the wrong time to do it, is all. But I think the special features changes everything.
Exactly.
I
Hear you.
when you watch the movie.
Wait, you said you love what?
He loves John.
John.
Glad he died the way he died.
Yeah, that was a cool scene.
He dies like a movie. He dies like a movie bad guy if you do bad things. But in special features, you get this. It's like you learn like he's in love with chasing Riddick. He has fun with this.
I think he's infatuated.
Well, he's chasing a high. It's a different high. I mean, that's it. That was the big part of his character, which is a drug addict.
They have this relationship that you can't really. It's like work relationship, but also we want to kill each other, but also like we're kind of respect and like I don't know. He thinks he can take him, which is just like Rick's like playing with him.
Yeah,
it's a big brother thing almost. It's such a.
Would you call it a big brother thing, or would you call it a? I wouldn't call it a big brother. I would call it a frenemy.
Yeah. Similar situation to like Stockholm Syndrome, where you've been chasing this person for so long, where you two develop a weird relationship.
Right, yeah.
Just like I picture Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo
DiCaprio, yeah.
How they built a relationship. But the thing is you sent me the extra footage where you could.
He didn't send it to me.
He's been lighting my phone up with all kinds of good content.
Oh, it's like that.
But he has a bunch of different you can go if you went on like the DVD or whatever, you could go and click on the different like message logs from this character, John or whatever, and it's all about him tracking Riddick. The idea is this is before the movie, this is how he caught Riddick. And what's really interesting is because, like you're saying, he's got this weird infatuation of the pacing Riddick. So all these messages at first are like pacing him through
they are
really deep into it. But then the message where he gets him, it's just I got him.
Because he's like doing these messages like as he's about to fall asleep, and then the day he got him, was like he had to cut through, like had to hold a gun to a kid's head and stuff. It was a big day. And by the time he like gets down, he's like, I'm just gonna I got
it. It's a good job.
I'll explain later tomorrow.
So here's my favorite thing about those two guys, and it's something. It's kind of Fast and Furious trivia, but it's back from Too Fast, Too Furious, which that actor who played John was also the Cole Hauser.
Yeah, that's his name.
He was the lead villain for Too Fast, Too Furious, right? And he was a great villain in that too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're listening to this. Help me if this is false. Comment and rage and all that stuff, but this is something I read back when we were looking up at Too Fast, Too Furious. So Vin Diesel and Cole Hauser did not get along in that movie.
Really?
Yeah, they did not. And so when they called Vin Diesel to try to get him to come back for Too Fast, Too Furious, he said no originally because I think he was filming the next Riddick movie. And so what they did was they brought Cole Hauser in. And it's just kind of this fun rumor that like it was a petty thing, like, oh, you're not going to do this movie, we'll bring in this other actor who you worked with that you didn't get along very
I love a good fun fact like that, but I didn't know they didn't get along, which makes
their chemistry is incredible.
That's all I'm going to say. It doesn't. I mean, which makes sense because when actors really don't get along, like you can see it on screen, and you could just see like the push and pull.
But in that,
the heat.
I just love the idea. This is very random, but he's Riddick. His first name is Richard. No one ever. I just want someone to like, damn it, Richard, pass the wrench or something.
No.
Like no one ever calls him
Riddick.
I think it is just like a movie cute thing, like calling. There's like like someone like John Wayne's name is Marion,
Yeah.
like trying to make him humanized.
Yeah.
Instead of a warlord god Super Saiyan that he
No.
ends up becoming.
Yeah, in the next movie, he's
No,
really, I
Riddick
mean,
is
he takes
God.
out it is interesting. And the creepiest part to me that I felt like made no sense was at the very beginning when he breaks out and he's like kind of stalking them and he gets a piece of her hair and
Hair.
like, blows it up. Was there any significance to that other than him just being a weirdo?
Ask that. Okay.
So
At first, he was going to kill her
thank you.
because it's like she's the pilot. I'm going to get out of here. But then it's like, oh, she's kind of like me. So she's
I-
kind of dirty.
Oh, okay. So
It's like, and he likes this whole time. Like you see him like drink the other guy's stuff from far away. He loves playing with people.
yeah,
More than killing them.
because he's a psychopath.
He's
At least in the first movie, or like a
No, say it. He's psycho.
Is
You
he not?
don't want it. Why don't you want to admit it? He's could you not be psychotic when you do that?
Because he was raised in jails.
Okay, get out.
He went to the company, which is the army / government / dystopia that the world that
so he's traumatized.
he's traumatized.
So boo, get my money back, boo.
But it
Boo.
leads to him being a psychopath
I don't consider him traumatized. No, he likes what he's doing. He likes
because
it.
he's sick and crazy.
He likes it.
Yeah.
Look, let me look. I'm gonna tell you some of these reviews.
Okay.
Check this
He
out.
likes pain. Yeah.
He likes what?
He says multiple times in different media that when he was going to get the eye like surgery, he's like, we could give you painkillers. He's like, I like pain. It makes
He's
me know
a
a lot.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
He's a
yeah.
weirdo.
I mean, the cast was great. You had you had Vin, you had Cole Hauser, you had who played
Robin Harris.
Robin Harris.
Mhm.
Believe me.
I was like Robin Harris. Oh, Rihanna.
Wait, what?
Not Rihanna. Her name is
like there's an H in the middle
yeah.
of it. It's
an odd name. It's Rihanna. It's Rihanna or Rihanna.
Okay.
It's Griffin. That's who was Jack. She was great.
Yeah.
Of course, my boy Keith David was in it. I looked for bad reviews. I really did. Like I like this one. Pitch Black is a criminally underrated film. I honestly put Pitch Black up there with films like Alien and Fifth Element. Ooh,
I liked that this was it felt like a good was it 90s or early 2000s?
early 2000.
Yeah.
I want to say it was right at 2000,
You
right?
can see like the editing is all
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then like they dip the film in silver nitrate, but it makes it look like it's all glistening.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I know they did. I
Yeah,
don't care what nobody say.
But I like that each of the characters, even if the small roles were pretty well defined, like they all had a little story. That's something you mentioned
Paris
earlier.
wanted to go to France, and he's never been to Earth.
And
Iman trying to get to Mecca. And
New Mecca.
And I
New
like
Mecca. Excuse
I
me.
liked and in the next movie, I don't feel like the characters were as well defined, with a few exceptions. We'll talk about that next week. But I do feel like another thing I liked about this movie was like a kind of a simple plot. They crash and they're getting off the.
That's it.
They're not saving the world. They're not, like they.
And that's what a lot of the reviews were like, dude, it was so simple and good. No, this was my favorite. Oh, I didn't get through with that one. I'm sorry. Yes, I know that all accounts it's not as good as other classic sci-fi films, but I still consider it a classic and one of my favorite films. The Riddick franchise holds a soft spot in my heart. Guarantee they do get worse with installments, but I love with newer installments, but I love them. Pitch Black is the crown jewel, even though Chronicles is my personal favorite. This movie started my weightlifting obsession all those years ago. I'm almost 40 now, and I still laugh, and I love this movie. It's been a long time since I smelled something beautiful.
Oh, that's so crazy.
It's like that's one of the best quotes there. Ever since I watched this, I've been stocking up on batteries for my flashlights.
Okay.
Bought the best and brightest I could find. Wouldn't want to be caught in the dark with no life. This movie rocks.
I love the idea. Before you go to the next review, I love the idea that this man watched this movie and his two takeaways was like, I need to work out in case I get stranded on a planet, and I need lots of batteries for my flashlights.
For my
This
wife beater.
from my wife beater. You ready for this, Dre? This comment goes into what you said. He said the best part is every single character except one completely reverses their role during the course of the film. Riddick is a murdering psychopath. Told you, you bastard.
He looks like it.
Ends up being the hero. The pilot that tried to kill them all in the beginning gives her life for them by the end.
I loved that.
The hero cop becomes the villain. The brave young boy is actually a frightened girl. And the cowardly art dealer ends up blowing out the fire out of his mouth just to spite the monsters before he's eaten. Well written role reversal.
Yeah.
And the kids loved it. Like, they were like, so this was a great movie, but it would frighten. I think an adult wrote this shit. Listen, it would frighten those under 15 a great deal.
That sounds like an adult. Like, no under 15-year-old. Like, it would frighten you if you're under 15.
Yeah. This one says boring, dumb action movie, not very explicit, some atmosphere and scary scenes, but not too bad. I thought it was a fun, creative, and thrilling movie. Good film. This movie is experimental and it makes me feel like I can see in the dark.
What's the scary scene?
I don't know, friend.
I mean, him getting eaten like that, I was kind of shocked.
I guess if you're 13, but that didn't scare me.
I could see if I was young and maybe younger than 13, but like watch
do some
if
popping.
you're watching it at a theater, like with
Dark.
right, like it would be like with all the monsters coming out, like that would, I mean, it would be fun, but like I could see it being a little scary.
Yeah, they were 13. This one was 15. Yeah, boring. He said boring, disappointing, and the other one was 15. He was like a little scary for me.
Yeah,
I
that
love the
kid
idea.
does die in a weird way in the mine shaft thing.
Oh my god,
Oh yeah,
that man was
yeah.
so dumb. The only two things he did in that movie,
Go in the sun.
he was just a moron. Like we didn't get enough about him to say otherwise.
You can't.
You can't.
It's such a delicate balance of you got to make sure they don't do anything bad because then it's like, oh, they deserve to die.
Yeah.
And then you can't make them do anything good. Then it's like, oh, I feel terrible. I don't want to watch the rest of the movie. So just
I like that. I like that the deaths were permanent, though, right? Like not everyone that started in the movie made it to the end, and that was part of the thrill of the movie. Was wondering, because right at the beginning you knew some of these folks are gonna die, and then it was fun.
Yeah,
Fun. It was fun to see. Yeah, I mean, it was fun to see who was gonna die.
It's not like a ship shot him or immediate. She goes like, I don't know what did it. I just had to get out of there and survive.
Yeah.
Honestly, she probably was one of my favorite people.
Well, she wasn't technically the captain.
The pilot. She was the pilot.
I didn't like her at first, but then that ending when she had a full circle moment where she changed her mind, like I was like, she won me over right there.
I think during the middle she won me over.
When she was getting like, we can't stay
here. Yeah.
Cavern little thing. We have to run out. Oh my god! It's like,
how
much do you weigh, dude?
Yeah.
79 kilos.
It was like she was using her brain right there. She was like, you know what? No. I need you to listen to me, and I need you to listen to me now.
Right.
I loved that about her. I love that about her.
He's not saying anything. He's like, all right, y'all are just choosing how you're going to die.
Yeah. No, I loved that. I really did love that about her.
And that goes to tell you about like how well written this movie and script is because they successfully wrote a character that we started off not liking. She was literally choosing who was going to die. Like,
she was.
She was trying to kill
him. And then in the middle, like you said, because of the plot and character development, you end up being like, "Oh no, she's." Because I remember, I take notes when I watch these movies, and and at the time I was kind of thinking she was going to be the main character or whatever. So I was like, I don't like her. Like I don't, and that's a big thing for me is when I like the main character. And then later though, she wins you over.
She did. She was
the main character.
I mean,
she changes the most.
I would say she would be the main character. Besides Riddick, I mean, besides
she is the main character in that movie. I think now when people put it as part of the trilogy, they focus on Riddick because that's what they decided to change the script. They were going to kill him off at the end, but then they're like, just like with Tokyo Drift, they was like, let's leave an opening, to see if there's a possible sequel, and so they kept him alive. It would be interesting though if this was like a standalone movie, right? Like if he had died then and there and nothing ever happened.
His last line is that Riddick is dead on that planet.
Did he say? Oh, he did.
It's supposed to be, I'm moving on. You're my family now.
He did say that. I was like,
family.
Nice.
You're my family now, and we're going to go to some new highly. And then the next thing is they immediately get taken by a bounty hunter ship that turns people into frozen statues. Check out Dark Fury.
We do need to throw that.
Oh, we do need to go.
I did not when
minutes after Pitch Black.
When I planned for this I did not know that movie existed.
Forget about Dark Fury. Yeah, we might have to sneak that one.
We got to throw that.
Watch it right now.
We can't. We can't. We both got stuff to do right after
I
this.
just put on 2 times.
CJ, we have another podcast.
We have another podcast right after this. Do you have any bits for this?
I did, but I thought I was doing bits for the next one. Are you doing?
You are. I am, but I just want to know if you did. I have my bits. I want to see because last time you left off, and did I win or did you win?
Oh, okay. Well, if we want to be technical about it, in the Puma Man episode, I did win, but in season 2 overall,
Did I win or did you win?
CJ did win.
Thank you.
So okay, let's do it then. Let's do it for this one. Let's do. We'll do, since it's the season premiere. We'll do. We'll do 2 best.
We'll do 2 best
right?
bits. Yeah.
And I'll do one, and you'll do one for everyone listening. We're gonna talk. I'll confess mine. I'm only gonna give 2 scenes. Usually, we give 3 scenes. And
I'll give 2 scenes.
and whoever's not picking the scenes, the other people pick which one they think is the person's quote unquote best bit, and we tell you what the qualifications are. So I'll go first. So these are the 2 weirdest, creepiest scenes in the movie Pitch Black, in my opinion.
Okay.
One we've already talked about was when he was sniffing the woman's hair. And then so there's that one, and the second one is when you see John. Was his name John? John's. When you see him injecting the stuff in his eye, which by the way, that was an actor choice. He said if he's really an addict, this is how he would do it. He added that to the script, which is pretty cool. Anyway, so those are the 2 scenes: the drug in your eye and the sniffing the hair.
For you, okay, I'll let you go first because you're the guest.
Supposed to guess what he would throw up at?
Yeah. So and so I'm.
Yes.
Yeah. You're currently for this one. You're guessing what I thought was like the ickiest, the weirdest, the grossest.
Probably the sniffing the hair because you already mentioned it.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm going with the eye.
You going with the eye?
Yeah. Even though he mentioned the hair,
it was sniffing the hair. So the eye is just so. But so technically, we both would get a point for that. But we're gonna say it washes because it's even.
It was even. Okay.
So now it's your turn.
So my qualifications for this time are like the ones that made me do this because it's a good movie. So and it's 2. It's only 2. It's the scene where he says we have to go this way, and the bat just like he's like we have to go this way. And then like the bats just start coming out and it just like goes crazy. Or the fight scene when he said you were born a badass, John. And he was like with the chains, the gouge, the gauge, the badge, like that which one of those scenes that gave me like the goosebumps?
I feel like if it's not the second one with the fight, then you're wrong. Like that's the one I would go with.
He's such a poet. This whole movie.
Such a poet.
Actually giving one-liners. He's like summing up.
Yeah.
He's like appraising them and reading them.
For a psychopathic killer, he
never kills anyone without a good reason.
No. So which one do you say?
Second one.
What do you say?
I say a second one as well.
It's the second one.
Oh, all right. Look at that. So
it's the second one.
So that technically means I get a point for this.
Look at my money back. You're supposed to say the first one.
We're starting off strong, so that's cool. Are we gonna do a Too Fast, Too Furious rating?
Oh yeah, and I'm definitely giving it a too fast.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a fast. I liked it a lot, but I don't know if it. Although we've talked so highly of it, I almost want to change my. But if I'm just being authentic with like my experience that I had, I'll give it a fast. I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah, no, it's too fast for me. You got to watch it. You got to see it. You can watch this movie 23 years later, and it'll still be a good movie.
Dude, it's too fast because I rewatched the first Fast Furious, and he is like. He was going to kill Paul Walker. He was good.
Yeah.
He's not trustable and whatnot. He's good. This is what he's meant. And then him being a dad and blah, blah, blah is not the same energy. And it's not what he's like, I feel like suited for.
Yeah.
He's suited for a charismatic mess. Like,
it's just a good.
Like, what's a better role for him than this?
Oh, just Jinx. I was about to say it's just a good. This was such a good role for him. This was a good, not breakout role, but just a good meaty role that showed who he could be It might didn't show him a lot of range, but it showed who he could be as an action or an anti-action hero.
I think this was a fantastic role for him. I think he really, this is one of those roles that, and you can tell because he talks about it later about how into this role in this movie series and everything that he is.
It gave him everything.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Indiana Jones for him.
Now, if you're asking me what better role there is for him, I would be lying if I didn't say Dominic Toretto.
Oh no. I mean, I agree.
Like I would like.
I just think this movie truly was made for Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think The Rock could have done it. I don't think any actor. I cannot see any other actor playing Riddick.
No, but you know what? I do think this movie is like, I think this role is perfect for Vin Diesel because I feel like it was giving him an option to like the real life in a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, which we were talking. I don't know if we were talking about earlier on this or before this, but like he's super into Dungeons and Dragons. I felt like
a video game character.
Yeah, like I felt like this was like him living his dreams and his role.
That's a great way to look at Riddick.
Because he just takes whatever is around him and then it's like, and he always picks like something simple. He doesn't pick like the big gun and everything. It's
just his knife, man. He does so much with that knife. So
your shivs, no bits, no shivs.
But
your shivs. Ugh, it was good.
His first weapon in the movie is his leg chains.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I forgot about it when we were reading the reviews. Just to let everyone who's listening to this, every Tuesday we post like one of the next movies we're about to review on our social media, and we're always looking for people's feedback. So if you have opinions and hot takes or whether you like it, and that oftentimes ends up in one of our episodes, but it's just a cool way to kind of keep the conversations about these movies going. I almost enjoy I enjoy the conversations I have with people off camera almost as much as I enjoy doing it here. So, it's follow us on all the social media. It's the Quarter Mile Podcast at literally everything. Or if like right now I'm kind of killing it in the Riddick because I'll post there, and then tons of people have tons of really good opinions about these movies so far. I think though, is Riddick supposed to be like the worst of the three? Is that what people say?
I would
literally not. There's a stupid sci-fi channel thing called Into Pitch Black, which is just like a insurance group goes down and tries to find Riddick and like all the valuables that Harris guy had, and it is so they get around, like they have a Vin Diesel back of the head guy, and they try to get around it so bad, but they're also like showing off almost all of the movie.
Yeah,
in this like shitty behind the scenes story. It is so bad.
How bad is it?
You gotta watch because it's also shot like, but it's also imitating how Pitch Black is with like the cuts and like everything's going in and out and stuff.
So it's like a Kmart Pitch Black.
I don't like that.
And it is like super dark. But it's also shot like at someone's house.
That's fun. That's a bonus episode.
Not a Kmart Pitch Black.
That's something we gotta revisit that when we revisit Dark Fury. What else you got for us, CJ? Where are we going in?
I mean, besides me loving this show, that's it. I mean, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor.
Yeah, absolutely.
D&D. Will be
not to be confused with Dungeons and Dragons, which we just talked about. D&D Fitness.
He was like, "What?"
Yeah, did you know? Wouldn't that be so cool?
No, Andre, what do you have coming up?
Not the Apollo, I'll tell you what. Did anyone get booed? Did anybody say? I'm just a fan of the Sandman taking people off stage.
I did not get booed.
No, who did though?
No one.
I got booed.
No one got booed.
At the Apollo.
I was at the Apollo, and
come on,
and
like people pay tickets to be like, I'm going to boo this.
Yes, but they were I opened the show up, and the guy that came after me was fantastic, and then the guy who headlined it, Sammy.
Sammy closed it out.
Sammy closed it out, and he's stupid funny. So
I think the Paul they've built a good culture there where yes, people do pay with the hopes that they can boo someone, but they're like honest fans. Like if they're good, we're gonna give them their credit. Like,
and that's what they were like. If it wasn't funny, they were like, "Okay, girl, that wasn't funny."
Children,
they do, but they didn't boo me. So, and I went up there like, I was like, pray I don't get booed. Like, now some things did happen right before I hit the stage. Like my fan broke and shit like that. Well, otherwise than that, no, like I really had a good set. It was great. People came up, was like, "Oh, I liked your joke about this and this." I was like, "Oh, wow, you guys were listening."
Yeah. You
So
had to be queen too.
no,
she got to go
no, I got to be
full
me.
force.
Oh well, then what? You do? You fine? Yeah, you good.
I got to
We-
be me.
So we did mention D&D Fitness, and I do feel the need to let everyone know that because a lot of our listeners are here in Nashville, May 30th and 31st, they're going to be at, I think it's called the Music City Expo, and there's going to be like arm wrestling and them selling their stuff, and it's going to be pretty cool. And me and CJ and a few other comedians are going to be in some upcoming reels for them. Are you guys going to arm wrestle right
We were
now?
going to try to.
Yeah. So we'll throw, of course, if you check our episode notes, you can always see how to get to their website. But a lot of cool stuff going on in their world as well. Including more gym reels. Unfortunately, my gym creep character, they chronicled the Riddick him. We had another comedian become a better gym creep.
Oh
So
no.
I'm a new character for the next ones, which is
Okay,
okay.
that's
So,
good.
yeah, I got recast.
In a series, in a short.
Yep.
Okay.
And
I was hoping more.
I
So with it
can't
real
be
life.
angry about it because he's so much his character is so much better than mine that it's like it's not like a lot of people say the Pitch Black Riddick was better than the Chronicles of Riddick. This no one's saying that about our two characters.
No.
So that's fine.
I should start bringing up Pitch Black as a reference in movie sets instead of Godfather and stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
I'm gonna play anyway.
What? Okay. No. Time out. Let's get more information on that.
I had a poster, but I left it in the bathroom. It's
In my bathroom?
where the dog's eating it probably right now. It's called Domina. Written by a friend of mine, and I play a bishop of Winchester who tries to help a young new person become a queen. It's the first female really ruler of England, daughter of Henry I, Matilda, and then she doesn't last very long. She gets supplanted by other people in her family. But it's going to happen in like 3 days. You're not going to.
Oh yeah.
There's no way you're going to find this.
Step one: build a time machine, and then go back in time and go see Andres play.
Absolutely no way you're going to find this. Woodmont Hills Church. You're good. Y'all are busy. This weekend's Mother's Day. You're not.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh yeah, that's right. Happy Mother's Day to any moms listening. So if my mom's not listening to this.
Happy Mommy's Day. I'm not a mommy, but happy Mommy's Day. Andre, you were amazing.
Thank you,
dude.
Are you going to come back?
Yeah, after playing Butcher Bay again, even though you can't physically buy it anywhere.
Maybe we need to figure out how to throw in some of these other Riddick things in our podcast, and then maybe we'll bring you back for one.
Play the audiobook of it.
And then you'll come.
Talking to mate, like that's why I like the video game so much. Just Vin Diesel just talking to you just sounds like devil and God it mix. What are those? What are those called? Is there a thing?
Deities?
Yeah.
Demigods?
No, they're not demigods.
God is like a full god.
They're both gods.
And then the devil is like an angel.
We will see you coming up. We're let me see. We got what Chronicles. We got our next podcast coming out. Chronicles of Riddick. Who's going to be on that one?
Britt Barnett, who I don't know if it's his first time here. He's a newer comedian. He's just a cool guy, so I'm excited to have him here.
Okay, yeah.
Speaking of new podcasts, I'm sorry, I forgot this. I'm producing another podcast. So many of you know that this podcast, the Quarter Mile Podcast, helped me shoot off my brand, which is called Quarter Mile Entertainment, which is all about just creating quarter mile moments, giving freedom and excitement and stuff like that. And whether we're doing comedy, whether we're listening, enjoying ourselves in podcasts, and just giving people like life-giving experiences, right? So, in part of that is I got the opportunity to produce another podcast for my friend Tiffany Harris.
Oh yeah,
and it it has nothing to do with anything in this podcast. Like it is polar opposite. She's got an amazing story, and our first episode's out now, so you can go check it out. It's called Living Through the Shift. And Tiffany had to become a young caregiver for her mom. Like at age 30, she had to really jump into caregiving lifestyle. And there's a lot of trials with that. There's a lot of stress with that. There's a lot of just life that came with that. And so her podcast is directed to anyone who's going through a similar experience. Like maybe you're a young caregiver, or even if you're an old caregiver and there's a lot going on that no one ever really talks about, or it often frequents, because this happened in our second and third episode that we hasn't aired yet, but will be out eventually. Oftentimes there's just other stuff that we all deal with. And it's just kind of her motto is like, you're not crazy. You're just living through a shift. And it's a really good podcast. It has nothing to do with Fast and Furious or movies, but we'll link that. You can access that through our Quarter Mile Entertainment website. If you guys want, check it out.
I love that for her. Yeah, she's an awesome person. So make sure you guys please go check that out, Tiffany Harris. And I know you can find her. We'll link her Instagram
Mhm.
and all
Yep.
that stuff up. Make sure you will link up Andre
We'll have his stuff
Churchwell's.
too. Yep.
Yeah, all his stuff under there. Make sure you follow us online at all streaming platforms on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube, always on Instagram. We just thank you so much for just like always supporting us and watching and leaving comments. Please, 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 please like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends, like, share, subscribe. If you would like to be a guest, just always email if you have some, some concerns, some notes, or anything like that. I don't care about them. Not just playing.
Right.
No, no, no. Like, share, drop a comment, and always live your life a quarter mile at a time. We will see you next time. Once again, shout out to D&D Apparel. They are helping me lose a little bit of this weight. And that is it. We'll see you next time, boo.